Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now, previously you may have seen the video I made for a beef and oxtail stew cooked in the Cosori pressure cooker, and I said if you're lucky you might see the dumplings. Oh, you might see me dumplings. Who are Mrs. Well, you are going to see my dumplings being made, and if you come over I'll show you exactly how I do it. Right then, bubbling away there, you can see the beef stew. I've put it onto saute because I really want it bubbling when I put the dumplings in. And my dumpling mix is simply half self-raising flour, half the amount of suet. So in here I've got 3 ounces of self-raising flour, 1.5 ounces of suet. You can use beef suet, you can use vegetable suet, you can even use cold grated butter, but this is a beef stew, so hence the beef suet. Pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Really important, that one. And so I'm just going to mix this together. And then I've got some freshly chopped parsley. This will just, well, it'll add a little freshness to the dumplings. So I shall stir that in too. And then I've got some cold water. And I'm just going to add the cold water using the end of the spoon to mix. And get everything brought together. Now, I don't want a dry mix, because that will give me quite dense dumplings. So there's my dumplings all brought together just like that. Okay, quite loose. And I'm not going to do, which may surprise some of you, I'm not going to roll them. All I'm going to do is take this out. I've turned it off now because it's going crazy. Get a spoon and you, using another spoon just to push it off, pop them in that bubbling liquid. 2, should get 4 out of this, might even get 5. Okay, we've got 3 normal ones and 1 slightly larger. Okay, let's see if we can get the rest of this on top. And then I'm going to put my lid back on. Obviously, it's not cooking. Put my lid back on, and I'm not using my pressure cooker lid. I'm just using a lid that fits. Move this to one side because I'm going to bring you down again and show you. All I'm going to do now is go to pressure cook, and I want low, not high. That doesn't matter actually. I'll go on high, and we want about 35 minutes. And we press start, and they will cook, they will fluff up, and that's it. Now, I do want to talk to you about something else. Hold on. Now, I didn't go out and buy a lid specifically for this. I had one, so that's fine. So check to see if you've got a lid that fits, because when you are slow cooking you don't need the vent closed. In fact, if your lid has a little hole in it to vent some of the steam, you want to see how much your dumplings have grown already, so much the better. So I just bought another, I just used another lid, any lid that will fit. But we'll talk about this lid now. And after every use I wash my lid. Now I don't just put it in like that and wash it. I take out the seal and I give that a good wash and I dry it. I take off this by just a pull, I give that a good wash and all under it, and I dry it. And I also take off this, your actual knob, and that is given a good wash. And sometimes you might have to go just to blow any bits out. Make sure you dry it properly, and it really is important to clean your lid carefully after each use. Particularly, I'm going to say, if you've cooked rice or grains, because they really can get clogged in the workings, especially of this bit underneath. So I'm just putting the rubber seal back in, pushing it down. It's as simple as that. It's all back there, and I try to leave the lid off when I've washed up, when I've used it, when I've cooked, when I've washed up. Try to leave the lid off for a few hours, just so that should there be any leftover smells, like if you've done a chili or a curry, there'll be smells, so it just removes them. I will show you a clean of this, a full clean of this another day, but for now you saw the dumplings, I'm going to show you them. They look amazing already. Where are they? Can you see? Look how much they've fluffed up already. Right, but we'll be back when it's time to eat. Our dumplings are cooked, and just take a look at my dumplings. Don't they look nice? And the stew looks amazing. That's Steve's and that's mine. There's probably no difference in the size of the portion. It's just, I feel that I've got less when I've got a smaller bowl. So, you know what's going to happen? I'm taking it through to Steve, and I'll be back to taste me dumplings. Right then, Steve's got his. He started to tuck in. So, just to remind you, dumplings in our beef and oxtail stew. And look, oops, look how light and fluffy they are. Oh my. They are fabulous. They are so light. And look, I mean, wow. Doesn't that look good? Well, I think it does. And it tastes amazing. Now, in the stew, we have beef, we have oxtail, we have carrots, we have swede, we have shallots, we have baby pearl onions, ale, we have ale, and we have a beef stock cube, beef stock pot. I didn't have to thicken this stew at all because the oxtail did the work, as did the flour that I had coated the beef in. Actually, that's a lie, I did thicken it, didn't I? I thickened it with the some of the flour and some of the beer. I don't know why I'm saying I didn't thicken it, but it didn't need any extra thickening today anyway. So, dumplings. Honestly, add that little bit of baking powder if you want the lightest, fluffiest dumplings ever, and put some freshly chopped herbs in just to give that little zing of lightness. You will not be disappointed. So, thank you for watching me and my dumplings, and I'll see you again very soon in the kitchen with Pen. Bye bye.